All right, we should be live on every platform, and all of the chat should hopefully be working. An actual early stream today, I can actually get some time in, and we'll be working on cargo systems today, and maybe a bit of Blender, maybe a bit of side projects, a little bit of everything, get a bit more free time. Try to work on things in general. How is everybody doing? But what I want to do is kind of go in and we're going to be auditing a few things. So we want it to have subscription events on the cargo panels to their associated cargo areas so that they automatically update the stream whenever a cargo is spawned. Where did I put the cargo? Maybe, oh, cargo testing. I don't know why the Patreon manager is not working. Oh, the VMs. Wow, the VM is stuck in read-only mode again. Man, 1 second. Let's get some of this working. All right, so let's see. Are they both? Oh, SQL DB, let's go. to make sure that we're actually connecting to the Patreon API. Yep. Alright, so 5 boxes. Selling them is not updating. Right? They're selling, but we're not actually getting an update of the console. And we want to make sure we have like something that we can use. That we just pretty much create an event and we subscribe the trade console to the cargo area. And then whenever there's a change to the carrier, the cargo area, we force a full refresh of the console. So then, we're not just manually refreshing it every time we change something. It's just whenever the data of the actual thing is changing. Only then do we really have to worry about it. Yeah, what does a reset do? Nothing. Yeah, because that's not... What do we want to do? Okay, so let's dive in. To the trading panel. Yeah, I am subscribing to anything entering to run update whenever something changes. I don't even think that it needs to be a thing. Oh yeah, it must. Yeah, it should be resetting the UI. Update code. Make sure we're actually calling that update every time we change something. Hopefully the chat's working. Yes. It's not though. Maybe because it doesn't trigger at all the update. Yeah, because when I entered it because of the update. Yeah, no. Yeah, because we're kind of manually registering those cargo. What we'll do instead is on cargo area. Let's do a signal. Let's do a signal. Public delegate void. Update event handler. Alright, so do on update. And then whenever we do a registration, we'll emit our on update. So we'll emit on update. And then and we'll also emit this on on body enter and on body exit. We'll do it anyway because it, doesn't hurt. We're saying, hey, whatever is subscribed to this on update of the cargo area, we're going to trigger it. And then we're just going to listen to that on our trading panel. All right, so if we have a trading panel, instead of doing this, we'll do cargo area dot on update. We'll do the update function. So we'll just subscribe update. So whenever our cargo area changes, we'll run update instead. Which is triggered by, pretty much any registration of cargo items. So it should now be accurately. Every time something is added to the cargo volume, it should be updating the trade terminal. So what we should see now is as I'm buying cargo, it should be appearing in the UI list. And as I'm selling cargo, it should be disappearing from the list. Right, so I buy gas, click the sell screen. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Interesting, but I am definitely triggering it.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
I'll skip the track. Alright, so the re-triggering and selling them is causing it to no, it's actually not causing an update either. We are trying. Yeah, that should be triggering an update as well. But again, we can do that on the yeah, there's no shot. And just return. Don't worry about it. Might as well actually kind of organize this. So for each of the things in the inventory, we add the commodity. And instead, let's do if our game manager economy get commodity by ID is a commodity resource. Go ahead and add it and simplify the code. So spawn cargo box to area. If this completes, then it's actually a thing. Yeah. Let's have a bool return on these spawn functions. Because they failed to spawn. This way, on the actual manager or on the panel, if it succeeded, then I can be like, you know, we can do something with it. But in reality, really, we should just probably, once we do this, yeah, let's just do this and run an update in the terminal, regardless. And whenever we buy or sell a commodity, yeah, actually, let it do its own thing. And we'll run the updates here. You know, we should have a more accurate representation of the cargo. Hey, Dakota. Because that's the issue that we're having right now. Just making sure the cargo is actually accurate. So as I'm buying gas, see it flickers for a second because it's being redrawn, but I do want it to be redrawn. Like, maybe you don't want it to like select the last value, but it should be now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now, as I'm selling them, weird, we're still not getting the update when they sell. Because the update is called, so we do have an update. But it's not redrawing the sell commodities. It's supposed to be deleting them all and just kind of redrawing the UI. The selling is not actually triggering the update. Oh, because we're returning after it's successfully sold. And then let's do... I had some hiccups adding asset packs to Godot. It just kept crashing, so I added them one at a time and just adding those that I'm going to use. And I should be able to make a test map shortly. The nodes. What's an asset pack? You mean like an asset, ASSET asset pack? Like a game asset? Which ones were you adding? Yes, 2-point rich economy. Let's put the economy in like a white. I know the default fix is white, but economy. And we'll say cargo.name sold for commodity at base price right now because we're not doing any of the market simulation. Just buying and selling it. Oh, okay, Kenny, gotcha. Yep. And then we'll add our okay, so we'll have our economy. Can we do Unicode? Let's see, Unicode money. Is it actually a thing? Oh my god, it is. That's hilarious. I wonder will that work in Visual Studio? It's economy, so it should be probably green. I don't mind this. And we're just going to temporarily just tell the game manager to update our player. We're going to add credits. By the commodity base price. Round it up. And then if this spawns, so if this was successful in spawning, this is just going to be temporary. Let's get our game manager. And for adding it, so if any one of these are negative, no return. It should always be a positive number, so we can repeat. Yeah, and we'll just remove credits based on the base price. We don't need to do anything with this right now. So that should be updating every time we sell. And then when we buy, mhm. All right, now we should have some more logging and better idea for purchases. So we'll check out our money. We have 2 million. We're gonna buy 1, 2, 3, 4. You can get an update on that. All right, so let's run. Yeah, where's the bounty mission system? So when mission is complete, it runs manager update, which emits on GUI update. We want to do the same thing. Yeah, so game manager that update should emit the on GUI update for anything that's subscribing to it. So really we just need to call our game manager update whenever we do that. So I'm gonna call it update UI instead. So in a Ability Mission system, it gets our manager. Runs update UI. So economy manager. So when all of that happens, let's run game manager, update UI. And then it'll propagate those changes. Yeah, and then maybe we'll just run game manager. That will force update the UI anyway, in case something changed. Or actually, we'll do that. Yes, we're updating our own UI and updating the game manager. All right, that works. Yeah, now I want to spawn in the ship and get the cargo stable. Yeah, so I don't think it was registering. One, two, three, four. So let's do one. Two. I need a light in the ship, man. You need a light in the cargo bay. Alright, so that's tree cargo. Okay, store the ship. Spawn the ship in. No 3 cargo. So we're not doing register. On the spawning. Are we saving it correctly? No cargo. So no cargo on Bravo. Bravo should technically be called main. Mining. Right, spawn cargo. After we align, we do the register. Which should be fine on the cargo. Hey, always starting, never finishing. Hey, Timothy Anthony Bruce, how's it going? Yeah, I never do a starting, an ending. I just usually raid someone. I started messing around with the multi-streaming. Hopefully, been doing all right. Yeah, so I wonder if the ship cargo area. Yeah, because we're only running update cargo when it's actually entering and exiting, but not when we're. Yeah, it should be loading it in and saving it. Yeah, so when we enter the yeah, so we're not actually registering the stuff that we're moving into the ship. It should be though. Yeah, maybe we should do our save. Hmm. Do 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 do. Yeah, let me check the player recast when we're dropping the cargo box. And if it's a cargo box, we're doing our thing. And we'll just alternatively check our casting to see if the locked or if our cargo box. Yeah, if our area happens to be a ship cargo area. Then we won't actually do because this register will run and update the commodities, but we also want to run its own save function, which is caused by yeah, the update. Yeah, we'll just do that. We'll lock it in place and we'll run update cargo, which will force the cargo volume to save itself. And I'll find a way to clean that up later. Ship cargo area. Yeah, I'll take cargo. This will be something that we can call out. I guess because we're figuring out an event, it's not public. Yeah, I'm just making it public. We can just force it to go through and save. Yeah, so then unlock it and register it. And ideally we'll do something with single that we can kind of register for, but this will be fine for now. So now, wait, something gets spawned into the area from a separate purchase terminal directly to the ship, and it'll save the state. So we'll spawn in like 2 metal and 2 gas. Let the ship come in and crash. Although that should have registered. I should be getting the second one. Yep, that's saved. Hey David, I am currently testing cargo saving. So we're just throwing in some cargo, and then we're gonna despawn the ship, and then we're gonna spawn the ship back in again. But I made the cargo grid too small. It's not just any cargo, but space cargo? Yeah. Have I finally finished? No, I don't have it. I won't be getting it until it's out. And even then. Alright. So there should be 3 cargo. What is this one? So there should be 3 cargo. Or at least 2 that got registered. No, not at all. No cargo. Why? Not saving. No, I'm not installing Project Stars, David, until the game comes out. Yeah, weird. Saving cargo, so it tries to save said cargo when we drop it. Only it's triggering it a dozen times. Although, we haven't really quit yet, have we? No, still no cargo. Wonder why it's not saving that. It was. Am I the only one developing this game? Yep, it is just me. Yeah, it says that it's saving. And we had this work, we had it save, I had it saving yesterday. Yeah, Smordio and update cargo. It should be saying saving cargo for ship ID. The same game manager is going to be saved. Is our cargo resources. Oh, maybe we're not. For each of the cargo boxes, try to find it. Add our resources. So we must not be actually adding to the cargo when we're registering it. So when we're dropping the cargo, we're saying area.register for the cargo box, but I don't know if that's actually working. Yeah, so it's just a cargo box registered to the cargo area. And let's drop the box in manually and see if it actually triggers that. Because this was actually working yesterday when I was, or late last night when I was testing it. But the issue was having the UI stuff update dynamically, which is now solved. Gas, gas, gas. 4 gas, 2 metal. Ideally, we'll group these into like spawn clusters, but right now it's fine. Right, when we spawn in, we try loading in the cargo, which is nothing. I also want to clean up this notifications for all the item components. But when we drop this, okay, because I want to see if once it's locking into place and we drop it, why does it trigger so many times? Right? It's saving, 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 saving. And is it saving without any cache? We quit now. Hey, we have a cargo item. Right, so we got one cargo item, which is a metal. And I was wondering if the freezing it is yeah. So if we put the other, so maybe it's clearing when we load it up. We'll see if it spawns it back in. Yeah, it spawned it to the ship. So we have some persistent cargo. So that one that actually saved is now in there. So we have one that's actually spawning in. So I'm going to add another one and then save it again. I don't know why it's triggering the save file too. Like that's way too quick. And it might be just triggering too many mouse events. Let's do one gas. Oh my god, it does support Unicode characters. That's hilarious. Okay, so we have the cargo. If I lock it into place and drop it, it shouldn't be being ejected. I have a feeling like when it's freezing, it's removing itself. So I let it go. It's saved. Yeah, it shouldn't be running that save trigger that many times. So let's despawn and spawn it in again. And see if we get 2 cargo boxes. Sword. Spawning it back in. Yeah, so I'm only getting... So I am getting that 1 box. But we need to figure out why save is calling so many times. I think it's because drop continues to happen. I'm gonna use the washroom, and I'll be right back. How many planets? At the very beginning, there's just going to be 4. And ideally, there's going to be a numerous amount of them per system. But as far as getting to a point where we're just testing, 4 planets in a star system. And a few like bigger, like, moons and things that are pretty easy to do. Yeah, I think drop itself is the issue. Like, I think this is calling more than once. Because the drop functions are kind of being called in process. Even though like they should be clearing the references once it's dropped. No, that was only one time. Yeah, drop called once. Weird. Yeah, maybe not. Alright, maybe that's not the case. So what's causing the save the fire so many times? I would really love to watch it and put your comments below. Watch what? Yes, yes. Is it like duplicates, maybe? Maybe they can't be like the same. Maybe it can only handle one of each type. Because they're not necessarily, because they are kind of a unique cargo. No. Yeah, I couldn't find the resource for it. Oh, I see what's happening. Some of these don't have the resource IDs on them. That are not actually, they're spawning as an empty box without a cargo associated with them. Please put your comments on how I play the game. I don't know what you mean. I don't understand. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'll be right back. I'm gonna make a iced coffee. Yeah, explain what you mean by comments on how I play the game.
Not sure how cold it's gonna be because it's it wasn't in there that like my second grade. It had been sitting there for a while. Like, against the furniture. Are you sure? It's got a pretty low. Yeah, I did. Oh,
Ah,
did you open the window or was it?
now,
No wonder I went.
put your comments on how you play the game. I don't understand the question. Like, how do you play Unforgiven Space? Like, in a literal sense? Like, what keys do you use? Yeah, I wonder if it's just every single time that we're adding the item, it's running the save. And not, like, running it once. Because we are iterating over our ships, but we're only doing the save with the... Yeah, saving cargo 4. Update cargo is called... Oh, the on-body enter and exit's probably doing it. Shit. And it's the on-body exit that's not necessarily being stable. Yeah, so we're entering it. We're always going to be snapping it down in place anyway, so let's not worry about this one. And let's get the sword. Spawn it back in. Nope, and I just got one cargo box. Mm-hmm. These can technically be moved into interior. Cargo area. 3 by 2 by 5. I'm going to take this light and duplicate. And it doesn't really need a shadow, it just needs to be bright. I love that we can use Unicode. I wonder, do they actually work in VS Code? This will be awesome if the console actually shows, because I think it will. It does. That's awesome. That's actually great. I can actually use emojis, you know, for kind of like indicators, systemic indicators. Oh, the update is trying to, on the cargo terminal is trying to get focus. Why? Cool, this is awesome. Cargo box spawn the cargo area. It's like the same thing when I spawn the shipment, it tries to save because it reattaches everything. Wait, what ship is it? Yeah, toggle menu. Supposed to be getting focus and can't. Why? Maybe it doesn't have to get focused? Grab focus. Does it need grab focus then anymore? Steals the focus from another control and becomes a default focus. What is our menu? Menu in game. You set focus mode to allow you to get focus. Oh, okay. But you can't actually get focus because the control mode. So maybe we should do that first and then get focus. We're like just we're enabling the menu, grabbing focus. And then we're just turning it off. All right, Fennec, are you still here? Hi, and back. Welcome back, David. And regarding your question earlier, what did you mean by how to play it? Like what do you do in the game, or do you mean like control wise? Like how do you play the game with a controller, or what do you do in the game? Just not sure the question. No, actually, that's still not doing it. This control can't use focus mode. Use set focus mode to allow it to be. Okay, so menu dot set focus mode. There isn't really a focus mode. Do I have to call it and then do grab focus? So we allow it to grab focus and we take focus. Vivicron Mobile. What about that game? Okay, that gets rid of the bugs. We still have focus. I should do the settings UI. At least like make a literal settings UI. We could do we could use a margin container for it. Just so we have like some kind of starting point. Alright, so we have menu settings. It is this one. Yeah, so I think we do have a menu settings, we're just not turning it on. And I think really this needs a margin container. And I'll set this to be full screen. Talking about the texture of the init. What? Texture of a planet? I mean? And then our margin container. We'll kind of take away from the sides. I don't know how much, maybe like a little bit. We will do 50 pixels. Yeah, I like that. And I'm going to add menu settings. An exit button. We'll close out the settings. Button exit. Layout. Do. Layout mode, anchors, top right. Text is going to be exit settings. And then we'll just do public override. Exit. Press. We'll set it to be false. We'll also turn off our input mode. What do you mean by texture of an init? What is it? Oh, is that exported? Export menu settings. Menu settings. This is our main menu. Menu setting. Now, what do we do with input processing? Let's see. All right. So menu toggle settings. So we so we need to bring it focus. Okay. Yeah, so on menu settings, let's do a public void show. And we'll run this on ourselves. And we're going to have no focus mode. You'd also like to see the texture of the Anet? I was going to fix this. All I did yesterday was clean up code, and I'm glad I did. But yeah, so I'm gonna bring that up. I'm gonna run a hide. The emitting, like, do we even have a show or hide? Menu in game? No, it's on the UI itself. Toggle menu is on the UI itself. Thanks. Maybe this should be on the actual menu. I hope that's chilled coffee. It is chilled coffee. It's iced coffee the girlfriend put in the fridge. I am a single developer. Yeah, so this... Yeah, I guess we just changed our own visibility to be false. That was weird. Menu in game. So when we press it, we'll set our own visibility. Because that should remove our focus, hopefully. I'm hoping that the toggling of visibility controls focus. It should, if it's not visible. I have a friend of mine helping me with some marketing stuff again, which is great because now I can focus on more of the little things. Yeah, I guess we should probably lock the player while we have the menu open. Works. But exit should actually also exit itself. So maybe we should do an input processing. So if we enable input processing and the menu, then what we'll do is we'll do a public override for input, the assumption. If we just released escape, and we don't hide settings. And I think I just call it escape, because we'll have focus then anyway, so we'll be listening to it. Hey, grow the devlog. Welcome, welcome. It's like a raid snowball. Send it software. How's it going? We're working on just code improvements, cleanup today. I have an actual whole day of a whole evening of dev, you know. Thanks for the follow, Send It Software. So for those that are new, I'm working on a space game. It's called Unforgiven Space. It's like my own little Star Citizen clone with blackjack and hookers. So that's kind of the dealio. If you've played Elite Dangerous and Star Citizen, those games, it's pretty straightforward. You know, you have missions for picking up and dropping off cargo and bringing them to, you know, A to B. Thanks for the shout out. I don't know if that shout out command works. I think you actually have to do the slash shout out, and then the name. I think as a mod you can actually do that, but you have to use the slash commands. Let's give it a try. Actually, I'm actually curious. No, if it fails, then I'll do it myself. But yeah, this is a game. You know, you can go around planets and buy and sell cargo from A to B. And we're trying to just kind of get cargo serializing and saving and loading. So like all the, you know, components on the ship are saved. So are modular, I should say. So you can like actually like take off components and upgrade them, and swap them out. You know, everything inside the ship is modular, right? So you can like kind of swap out different component ports and whatnot. Helps me spell it right. Oh, ignore the bugs. Right, so all ships kind of like fly-by-wire. We have planets you can go land on. Head over here and just kind of quantum over and land at outpost. Shipbuilding was the only thing I liked in Starfield. Yeah, it's kind of like a hybrid. Like the frame of the ship is, you know, like kind of like fixed per se, but you can kind of like change everything within the ship. And there'll be bigger variations and bigger ships, but I'm only one guy, so, you know, and this is a multiplayer game, so gotta keep the scope real, you know? Yeah, and that the gravity is a bit strong. But yeah, you have like kind of like stroke keepers too real, yeah, exactly, right? But a lot of the systems in the game are actually like working fine, so it's really just a matter of kind of like getting everything kind of working. I'm planning on doing 4 planets over the next 6 months. So we're gonna do a water planet, a sand planet, an ice planet. These are all planets that don't have any fauna, right? Stuff that's just glacial. You know, they're meant to focus on landing zone locations. You know, and they're easy to fill in, but some proc gen without you know, to making things too crazy. But yeah, multiplayer works. Let me show you. Pick a color. I say multiplayer works, but I've been refactoring things, so you know. So Send It Software. Just pick a random color. Any random color you want. And I'll kind of get this thing set up to run more than one instance. Boop. Blue, okay. Blue is the default, unfortunately. So we're just going to show you kind of what we can do here in multiplayer. I'm going to host a server. And the server right now is actually a player, and you can kind of like eat it around. But so we're going to log in as Send It Software. The lighter color blue. Godot doesn't like it when I have things focused to the background. So here, everything is all synchronized. All the IK is synchronized. Weapon systems are synchronized. We're in the universe together. We have 0G outside of the area. I'm going to go ahead and spawn in my ship as an example. And I'm going to just head over here in front of the ship so I can kind of demonstrate as a server what's happening here. So here we have Send It. Here's a good old stuff on the. Alright, so Send It is here. There we go. And we're going to go and jump in. You can see Send It interacting with the ship. You can see Send It interacting with each of the seats. You know, all the animations work. Right, all the weapon systems are online. Right, you can see the gimbals and everything are all right. They're all aligning and aiming at the things. And if I take off and, you know, go to warp, right, all the warp and everything's working in multiplayer. We are actually moving around 64-bit build. And I'm going to go join Send It Software, spawn in my own ship here as a server, so we can kind of get some multi-crew / multiplayer gameplay going. Right, so put the speed here, slap on the old warp drive. Alright, where is the other ship? Yeah, this is great. How long have you been working on it? So it's a year and a half in Unity, and then I switched over to Godot, and it's been about 6 months development in Godot, kind of redoing a lot of the multiplayer stuff. And this is not what the project really looks like. This is a gray box test build that I kind of use for all the actual systems itself. So I kind of keep 2 builds. So all of the code from systems, which is still all of the game's main code, is what gets pushed into another Unforgiven Space project. And then the Unforgiven Space project, we have all the actual art assets. So all I'm doing in Unforgiven Space is swapping out all the prefabs. So I'm swapping out my art, right? Swapping out different animations and, you know, anything not systemic is being added, you know, in the main project. So if we kind of go into the main project, I can actually give you an idea of more so what things actually look like in the game, graphically anyway. But I don't care about graphics right now. It's just getting everything working. You know what I mean? It's stable. Does it play well? You know, the project is funded on Patreon, so $5 a month gives you access to the builds. So my process is, you know, ship it. Like I guess I legitimately follow the fuck it, ship it approach every single week. So I try to do a build every Sunday. You should see the placeholder art you have in the game. So I try to do a build every Sunday, and you know, every Sunday it's all the changes that I've added, right? Adding warp drives. You know, I have pretty much a ClickUp of all the progress that I'm currently working on, and I just keep on pushing these updates until the game's playable. I mean, the game, you know, a lot of the stuff is playable. Obviously, the build exists to collect feedback on specific things that are working, whether it's NPC traversal or, you know, vice versa. But you know, my idea is I just keep pushing, and you know, eventually, you know, at least then players can immediately be like, okay, this is cool. Nah, this is not that cool. This is fun. This is not fun. And then they can provide feedback, and yeah, so that's the approach that I've been doing, and you know, I'm going to try to hopefully get it up to. I don't know, why doesn't it show? Normally it shows. Yeah, trying to get it up to around, you know, 600 a month eventually. That's my goal. At 600 a month, I can work on it part time, like 100%. Like I could do a lot more. We have like 11 paid patrons right now, so you know, it's just going to be a matter of time. I think that as the game proves itself, you know, to be fun, and there are things in the build that are actually interesting, then, you know, it'll kind of gain momentum. I haven't done any marketing other than, you know, streaming on YouTube and here, and right, because like if there's something that's out of scope and it's like, oh man, we really can't do this is stupid, yeah, we can make that, I can make that call very early in the process, I guess. So this is what the ship actually looks like. I mean, the lighting and stuff like that's kind of not on, but hey, so this is what the actual art of the ship looks like. So the ship's actually a lot more detailed than I've made it, you know, in the test project. But yeah, so you kind of have like your own little, you know, space truck kind of camper van. Right, we have like a cosmetic mirror for like character customizations. The actual lodging module, or the bed modules, are actually for logging out. So if you don't have one, you can get per cargo. You can kind of this kind of separator can be moved forward. So the idea is when you get a ship, you just have the airlock, and then you have a suit locker on the other side. You still have your ship components bays and your electrical component bays for like your comm systems and stuff like that. But you know, you get more space, but you get less utility. And your goal is to kind of come up with your own balance of utility versus, you know, a bit of role play. Some of them just want to add a module just for the, you know, the fun of it. And all the modules in the ship are 1 meter by 2 meters, so they're all like to a specific standard. Makes it so much easier for me to create different variations of things. Then you can move on to making the mythical game dev tutorials. Exactly. Exactly. I created a Patreon schedule today. Exists. I know you've seen that on the Discord. And we are going to actually do one of those things. So like on the you know, I posted this little 12-month Patreon perks. And we're gonna do the first one this week, which is just a fuzzy dice. They're little things to add to your account. Because you sign in to the API with Patreon anyway, so your claims are never lost. But I think I'm going to add some. We'll start off with some little things, and yeah, I kind of gave myself a little. It's not really meant to be like released-ish, but you know, like stuff that's kind of interesting, like a little neon custom neon bar light in your habitation module, because habitation modules should be alive. You know, like fully working in the main build in the next few months, probably even next month. I'll have the main build with, you know, like being able to customize your habitation module again. And so that'd be cool. Like I do like a little art stream, make a poster. I think for December, having like little Christmas lights that we can throw into the ship as an option could be kind of cute for Christmas. And some random props for January. I want to finish by February the ability to play your own MP3s in the background and have them be affected by the ship. So, you know, a little custom cassette deck specific for Patreon. Everyone else will just get a regular one. Just little things that you can kind of add, you know, as a supporter at the $5 tier. And it would end the year with you having like a custom paint job, a custom engine trail, and just a few little things that show that you're helping the project. Right, for the year. They're all open to be changed. I just want to find something that was easy and will only consume, you know, a few days of the month, you know, like, because otherwise I'm just spending my time working on things, you know, for the purpose of marketing, I guess, but which I don't, you know, we want to make the game more than anything, but the game comes first, and definitely check out the you know, because you're interested, join the Discord or whatnot. Yeah, so like, you know, when we're not you know, buying and selling cargo, right? We have all these different social modules. So we have like a little bar, place to buy furniture to customize your habitation module, and the whole habitation module system. I can actually show you this before I quit it. This has more of like the actual, like, you know, the whole system is made of these dynamic, you know, streaming kind of like modules. Like you have like a full hospital system, right? There's a refinery. There's like, but the idea is like stations are made out of different module types, and they're usually shared. So I'll launch the real build. Even though I'm still using the placeholder gray box guy right now. I don't remember why. I think I was changing something. So check this out. So this is you as a player. I'm gonna go buy. Oh no, I deleted some of these things. So sofa, 2 bar stools, the island light, and a double sofa. So I bought a whole bunch of things that I can use to customize my own little habitation module. So like this is like kind of how the customization works. You can actually just kind of, you know, buy items, throw them on your ship, you know, bring them across the universe, and then kind of just start, you know, decorating your own little apartment. Or you could throw them out into the 0G, you know. Whatever you want to do, don't dictate how you play the game. So it's kind of no clipping right now, but you know. But once these are snapped into the item ports, it's all saved. It's the same system used on the ship for saving components, so I'm not like reinventing the wheel. There's no scope creep to this kind of habitation system. I'm literally using the ship's own item component system. I'm just calling them, you know, hab components. Right, so all of the customization is like this, right? And I'm using predefined, you know, like nodes. So we're not saving the state of, you know, where things are positionally. We're just saying, hey, this asset ID is attached to this item port. So it's simple, easy, and there's a whole like process then of serializing and deserializing the tree of item ports. So it's very stable, and you can't really lose anything. Right, so that's kind of the. Where's the other little chair? I thought there was a little couch. Oh, there's one over here. Oh, I'm gonna steal this couch. You will be our couch. He did like a couch to the game. Anyway, so yeah, that's kind of how this goes. Same thing with the ship. Like the ship's a lot more, you know, detailed in its more final form. Right, so I can free look around and kind of do my thing. Yeah, I was playing around with different WAD settings to try to get the medical modules looking good. Alright, so we have like a full targeting system. That's working. I can fire missiles at it. The missiles fire from the roof, and they're actually like fully tracked. They actually blow up, and you know, they do their thing. Ship shields work. I gotta get the shield shader. The shader for the shields is kind of being a pain on 4.3. I think it's because of the inverse Z buffer. So like the shields work fine in 4.2 right now, but I'll need to work on them. But ideally, we'll be all kind of just playing with this build with everything working soon. Let's see if I fix this issue with the no. Anyway, I've been playing around with a lot of collision layers. There's a lot of yeah, a lot of issues with the gravity areas right now. Because I'm changing all the collision layers pretty much for the areas and how they detect things. So we're gonna get a lot of weird bugs where we're 0G where we're not supposed to be, and a few other things right now, but it's fine. Kind of just the intended behavior right now while I'm in a transitionary period of getting things working. Yeah, the whole station is 0G. Oops. But I'm still like considered in an area. It's funny. Walking in space. Just here on my back. Anyway, this is Unforgiven Space. This is the game. It'll hopefully be cool. And I'm just right now striving to get to a vertical slice. A bathroom break for me, and I'll be right back again. But we're gonna get some of the UI stuff. There's a lot of like this stuff that I need to get working for It'll hopefully be cool. Tagline right there. If it's everything in my head, it'll be cool. Because it's a good world, or I think it's a good world. It's a very interesting one. I'm sure some people won't like it. That's fine. It's definitely going to offend some people. Okay, so settings menu, exit works. Only when we exit, we actually want. Yeah, we need to grab folks back again on the mouse side of things. There's like a main menu, like a reset that hides all child menus. Yeah, so let's make the mouse mode. Yeah, it's after we hide. Let's do. Oh, what game engine are you using to send it software? Or are you working on a game or a project? I'm assuming game because you mentioned game earlier. Are you a Godot developer? Yeah, okay. When the menu is up. Oh. Right, okay, hang on. Yeah, when the player opens the menu, he disables his own action. Yeah, but I don't really have some type of weird subscription thing. When I close it, how am I? Yeah, I think we're just capturing it. We just need to capture it. We don't need to have a free. Yeah, let's just do. Yeah, so force it to be captured again. But we shouldn't be disabled, I don't think. I hate doing UI stuff. But I want to make a remapper for controls. Yeah, and escape is still not closing it out. So I hit escape. I do settings. I exit settings. And it freaks out. Because there's no such thing as escape. That makes sense. What the hell did I call it? Oh, it's called cancel, isn't it? Hang on. What map? It is cancel. That makes sense. Yeah, hopefully it'll be cool. I just stick it on the Steam page. Yep, so escape. No, because now it's whatever I've done now, it's not giving me the cursor. It's locking my input. Oh, because it's hot. It's yeah, because the menu system is still running. So the if visible. We should probably hide the cursor too, I guess. Yeah, the only thing is like this is bringing the menu back up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it should be confined. You'd actually check my other socials. They're still fine. Yeah, no, because it's still. Confined hidden. Mm-hmm. Yeah, mouse mode. I thought mouse mode is either going to be visible or captured. It should be captured if the menu is not visible. Yet it doesn't until I toggle again. Ugh. Yeah, it wasn't like not doing it. As it should be.
Welcome to our show!
Is the bill ready? No. Was that you docking your wages? Yeah, so whether the menu is visible, okay, so whether UI menu is visible determines whether we're interacting or not. I mean, I don't mind having to press escape twice, at least right now. Same deck adds angry. Like, I can do a build of Unforgiven Space right now, but I don't think it's in any way, in any form, working. This is the scene that you want to be testing. This is the scene that has the HAB test, ship test, big old areas. Oh yeah, Star Trucker is awesome. There was trailers for that on IGN last year when I was working on, you know, like the original trucks. Nope, but I want truck stop. None of this test environment should. Okay, so you have access to item port testing, which is good. Why is the FOV so long? I mean, you just need access to the space. You want to walk into Stillian's Pizza for a slice and then fill up, and then fly my ship to a planet. Yeah, so this should be loading main. Oh. You need to sign up for some pink Wuzzy dice. We're gonna make them this week. So this is where we're supposed to be going to. Yeah, I don't think I actually have. If Fusion wants to be here, hey, after he's logged in. Or his ship is over there on the landing pad. This is where Fusion wants to be. You're still the main test player though. Because I'm redoing the rigs. That's what you get. The red lines won't appear in the build. They're just navigation. Let me actually get this. And I you know what? How will I know where to go without red line? Or the green ball? What green ball? You're not listen. You get what you get. There's so much work I have to do. No, I'll. That's why the whole point of doing the systems project is to kind of have something that can keep iterating on and have like just this one be like presentation. So online multiplayer for the new build, customization for testing, rigid body testing, and item part testing is all we need for this one. And then on the NPCs, we need on the agent to turn off the debugging. But yeah, there's, I mean, not everything is going to be turned off. Like, just like take a look at the build and then provide more feedback. And then we'll do exactly what we did before. Where like, as you're playing with it and you're like, it'd be cool if we could see this thing, you know what I mean? I'll tweak this build every day until Project Magpie. I mean, I'm going to trust that I got that right. I want to get back to doing what I was doing, so we're just going to export it. Let's go. And I'm going to stick it right up on the... Because I want to see how well it runs on Steam Deck right now. Yeah, like, where's the planet? Oh, there's no planets in that build. There will be when I push the changes of Unforgiven systems live. There will be 2 truck stops and 1 planet. No ANETs. Oh, yeah, I don't get the ANETs from earlier. Builds, where are you, builds? Godot builds. $6:30. Let's see. Online, log in, enter space. Okay, that looks buttery smooth. Let's go, ship it. Might as well use the washroom, take a break while I'm waiting for that to pack up. Did it do a thing? It did the thing. Let's go. Let's go update it. And you could be testing out this build too at Patreon. Let me sign out. Log in. I need my phone because Patreon is so weird. Okay. Hey, they got a notification. Hey, General Flower, thanks for joining as a free member. Yeah, so I will be continuously pushing updates to the project. So even, even joining as a free member, not a bad idea. You can kind of see what is happening. Right? It'll be your job to be interested and my job to try to convince you to convert. All right, so let's push that build up. Fusion, what'd you think of the Patreon perks? The spreadsheet I put into Discord earlier. They have something that you like in the list, which will be completely doable by that time frame. Company, Patreon builds, US, that's it. Okay. Uploading. Okay, maybe not. Hang on. Apparently it needs to be capitalized. Why is it not capitalized? Why is it so picky? Just looking now. They're not they're meant to be easy for me to do, so they don't take too much time away from development. But they should leave us at the end of the year with people who are supporting the project having a custom skin, a basic one, obviously. A set, a flare color on their ship. So in the game, you kind of know you're a supporter. Some cool perks like a bar light, neon. And each of those, weirdly enough, has certain goals. Like I want to get some UV wrapping for the ship so we can create custom skins. I want to play around with dynamic lighting, like we create props that actually like affect the lighting of your head. Like there's little things I want to add, even the fuzzy dice, like trying to create a material that's actually fuzzy. It'd be cool. What? My God, Google, it is taking forever to upload. 26 minutes, what? Why? How big is it? It's literally a gig. The build is only a gig. What? Why is it taking that long? I'm canceling it. Alright, version 13. Anyway, it's uploading now. Yeah, I think it's a good balance. I thought Christmas time would be really fun to add Christmas lights. You know what I mean? Like literal Christmas lights, like daisy chained up around the ship. It'd be something that I would like to do for one event, which would be Christmas, which will lead into ultimately having some customizations like that are kind of seasonal throughout the process. I also thought like if things get going, I might start creating variations, like prop variations, prefab variations. So like when it is around Christmas time in the game, we actually have like the stations kind of like automatically spawn in, you know what I mean? Some like Christmas props and things like that, like some kind of stuff that are more seasonal. White beard cosmetics. Yeah, like literally. That'd be cool. Okay, it's actually uploading now. Right, like I think trick to a lot of this is focusing on community first, right? As we're making the game. Yeah, does the white beard go on your face? Or your helmet, because my helmet needs a white beard clearly taped on. That'd be funny. It'd be literally just a red helmet with just put the beard on the entire ship. If you're wondering why we're not doing anything, we're waiting for the upload to finish. I think the streaming is killing the bandwidth. Version 13. And I'll just give you the okay to download it. We relaunch. Streaming on 15th. Hey, whatever gives us more exposure. Whatever gives us more exposure. It's done. It's the original us.zip fusion. And you're shared with me. Don't expect things to work. It's missing things. What is this shader? There's been a broken shader in here that whenever I load to build, has failed to compile. It never tells me what is the error, like which shader is the problem. Just that there is a problem with one of the shaders. It's canvas shader. It looks like a generated canvas shader from a visual script. Non-wonky. So, what was the... Oh yeah, the snap points. Dropping the cargo in the... Okay, so for... So now everything's empty. Doesn't have any cargo. Yeah, I wonder what reset it. That's the issue is if it fails to spawn the cargo correctly, it will nuke the cargo. So we're just kind of clipping through. Clipping through. Right, so that worked. We only got one save. Yeah, we're still getting multiple saves. It's like, right, that's the despawn. So the ship should have 2 cargo components. Okay. But we only got one. It's so weird. Yeah, why are we only getting 1 cargo? Right? There's 1 cargo unit at the time of saving. Yeah, weird. Yep, so the one that saved is persistent. Alright, I'm gonna snap the other one in place. You couldn't find the resource to save it. Oh, okay, hang on. So we're spawning in. What is this store? So this store has gas, food, and metal. I've never seen it have food. Gas, food, and metal. Gas, food, and metal. And we're all just using the same box item, but we're actually setting the commodity ID when we spawn them. And the commodity IDs look to be set okay. Well, then why is there only 2 options on the store? Yeah, because I'm only getting on this terminal, it's saying that we only have gas and metal. Right, gas and metal. And that we don't have food. Which is really weird. Food. D4BE. Yeah, and this is the only array we use. Right, and this is what the test shop sells. Oh, because the supply is not there. I'm idiot. Yeah, so we only have a supply for gas. Wait, that doesn't even make sense either. Because we should only be seeing gas there and not metals and food. If that was the case. Assume that they can buy and sell them evenly. Yeah, so gas, food, and metals can be bought and sold at test shop 0. Then why we're not... Why are we only seeing 2 options? Oh, okay, so there's some issue with the supply. Gas, processed food, and metal. Let's add one of these to the ship. I feel like when we're snapping, we're spawning it to the terminal. The ID should match the commodity ID. Which one not doing? Yeah, so he's creating it, spawning it, adding it to our child, aligning it, and registering it. So when we were respawning it in, they weren't given an ID. So when they were saved again, they didn't have an ID in the lookup, which they should have. Need to like make another test area that's not so big. So let's do a processed food. This should definitely be a processed food. And let's throw the processed food on the ship. Right, so we're still getting that. Like the first cargo box is persistent. I have a feeling we're not. Yeah, it just wasn't being set correctly. So let's put this one on top. It said that we saved. So we saved the save file, so it didn't fail. And we're gonna check everything here. And see. Hey, there we go. So there's our 2 cargo resources. So the question is now, can we, because ideally I'm saving them locally as a resource right now for testing, but they'll be just like the API where we just have an array of cargo, and the API will pull them down. And like, this will be on the API, just like the configuration is for the player. But get it working as a resource first, and then we'll just have refresh of the vibes. How's it going, UK Superstar? Yeah, this should be fine. So now we've added in our second cargo box, and the hope is we just store and spawn it again, and we'll get our boxes. Because I think the issue is when we're storing it, it's supposed to be doing a save, a manual save again of all of the components, and we're not getting the error that we couldn't find it anymore. So let's go and spawn it back in. We only got one. Yeah, so we still only got one spawned in component. Which is the original one. if we leave this open, close it, build, save it, and let's take a look at the resource that got saved. So we had 2 instances of 2 different versions. 1 gas and 1 food. Yeah, so we do have 1 gas and 1 food. And there's no saved like custom data, so we didn't change the resources or anything like that. So they should be their default goods and everything. So I just resaved again just to see if the load function works on both of them. Something on the save is resetting them. So we pull the ship back out. NPC is just taking the buggy. Yeah, we take the NPC, we pull out the ship. And we get both of them. So if the data is set, we know it works. So there's 2 of them. So it's the saving. So if I know I have a gas and a food, and we go to our cargo, and we do this, right? I don't know how many this is, but so we just literally, you know, duplicate up the resources. We should technically get them all spawned in and stacked. So the question is, what is causing, is the spawning causing it to save over everything? Because everything's not spawned in yet. I wonder, like, when it's loading in and attaching the cargo, if it's triggering a save of the cargo itself, and thus it's like, you know what I mean, the kind of overriding everything early. So technically, if everything is working now, we spawn in the ship. We should have, I think I duplicated it, I think there's 8 or 12 boxes in the ship. Boom. So we have, oh wow, I actually put a lot in there. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so the spawning function, process food, gas, process food, gas. So there should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20 something items in the ship. More than I probably could hold. I think the ship caps it at 30 items. So this should be a fairly full boy right now. And it looks that way. So we're getting, yeah, we're getting them all. So loading is working from the data, but the question now is, do we nuke it all when we save? Or do we maybe want to get 1 instance of each cargo when we save? So we have to get this persistence of the cargo. So store it. Spawn it back in. No. Yeah, we're not losing cargo at all. Cargo grid is a little bit off. Oh, I know why the cargo grid is off. Easy problem. Because the origin of the cargo grid is supposed to be top left corner. So if we move some of this around, mess around with it here a little bit. I want to try to corrupt it and see if it'll That was loading them back in, restacking them. Weird. What's our uptime? It's overtime break yet? $3 hours. Yeah, I think it's lunchtime. So yeah, what it's working now and saving and not spamming it a billion times. So I think food break and then did you see that competing game that released this shit? It looks like a lot of fun. I need to pick it up. I love how we were working on like the original concept to be more space truckers, and then like space truckers or space trucker made a space truckers clone. How's it going, Hawk? Yeah, so our position when we're spawning in our cargo, the align function needs to take the offset into consideration. Long day, finally able to get here. I was about to go on my supper lunch, actually. It was alright, just making some materials this week. That's awesome, Turning Cow. We're working on serialization of cargo. So like, I want cargo missions to be able to be worked on over duration of time. So I want you to be able to pick up a cargo mission and just say, I'm going to finish it later. And just spawn your ship in or store your ship and then go offline and just go, come back and finish it later. So like we now have it ignore the fact that it's clippings for the ship. But when we store and load the ship, all the cargo comes back. Right, so we can actually go buy cargo, stick it on the ship, and it'll be there waiting for you. Yep. But there's some bugs. So now, so what's working now, all on this side of things, this is all working fine. I can now spawn in, 4 units. I can now see them. It automatically updates the UI. Right, so I made sure we're, stably spawning in and stacking things in the cargo grid. Right, so that's like a thing, right? And then everything that spawns in, like I said, it has UI elements, all the prices, everything works, right? But I want them to be persistent. So the first step to persistence is getting it to work locally with the player resources. We want to save this through the ships array, right? So when your player in your ship where all your configuration stuff is saved, right, there's a cargo, and cargo is just our array of cargo resources. We want to save it. the issue that I'm having is the same damn issue with gravity. It's the same issue with everything. Is the fact that Godot, when I'm freezing and unfreezing things, it's triggering the area 3D's exit and enter functions, which makes it hard to maintain state of something when you freeze it in place. So I have to I have an alignment function that when I align the cargo, aka freezing it, after the alignment is done, it does a re-registration of the cargo, which puts it back into the volume. So whenever the cargo gets spit out through a freezing process, is intended to lock the rigid body, it says this wasn't meant to be an ejection, so it kind of, the area 3D exit triggers, which removes the cargo, but after the alignment function is over, we re-register the cargo again, so that it's in the gravity in the area, the cargo area again. So the issue is then when I physically take the cargo and I leave the area with it, I want the natural triggers to still trigger when I'm entering and exiting the area 3D with the rigid body. I just want the ability to be able to have freeze and unfreeze functions of the rigid body 3D, not broadcast area 3D events. If I can go in and I might actually go into the source code and figure out how it does that, and even if we have to create a an extension method, or we create another rigid body 3D, but it's a gravity body 3D, which is just all of the same properties of a rigid body 3D, only when it's locked and unlocked, it doesn't emit. I'm not sure how we can do an override of it in C#, in C++. But if I could create a C++ node that changes the behavior, or gives me an option in freeze and unfreeze, comma, true or false, as to whether I want to notify area 3Ds or not, that would be chef's kiss, perfect for what I need for the game. Because then I have the best of both worlds, and I think I'm going to go down that road of trying to figure out how to to do that. Kind of dive a little bit into the C++ land and make it do what I want it to do. Because then I'm not in C# continuously, adding a secondary set of state, for no reason. Oh god. Oh no. Spinning too quick. Oh my god, that's making me sick. Yeah, so incredible. The only thing I can think of for now is for you to store an array of how, and then load it back. Yeah, there's a lot of, making it work is not extremely complicated. It's just, it's weird having to have my own references in the, and kind of, when we enter and exit, we kind of set them, but because the issue is when the area 3D exit functions, I need to be able to determine what caused it to function. Because it doesn't know whether it was because the rigid body was disabled that it exited, or, so. So I had to literally, on the area exit, clear the reference immediately, of the stored state of lists, and then kind of run a secondary function that checks against the area 3D to be is it still in the list? Oh, it's not? I guess I'm really ejecting myself from the area 3D. So you're kind of doing these overrides where you're kind of ignoring the state of it's just annoying. But you kind of get the idea, you now have your own array of rigid bodies outside the area, and on enter You're checking to see if it was in there, and if it wasn't, then obviously it's a real trigger. It's a real enter trigger, and not an unfrozen enter trigger. And then you add it to that list. But when you exit it, you have to kind of run your own functions to kind of do the exit checking. In the meantime, you can give those items back to the player, free to retrieve them from the terminal. I guess. Yeah, or just not remove them from the terminal. Like don't like have it so you're only really clearing the reference when you use the tractor beam. So when you tractor the item, you unsocket it from the gravity area, and then it's cleared for sure. And then you kind of, but I still want to be able to like just loosely polish shit in and have it be accounted for as being in the gravity volume and not necessarily using my snapping function. The snapping function wasn't supposed to be to create some type of item port system. It was just literally to align all the rigid bodies so everything is stable, and freeze them. But and there's other workarounds too, where we temporarily change the collision layer of them and don't trigger. I don't know. There's workarounds. I would just like to have a functionality to freeze and unfreeze the rigid body without notifying Area 3Ds that it has occurred. And it's just like adding a comma, true or false, to the freeze and unfreeze method, or freeze equals true or false or whatever, would be like the solution. I gotta use the washroom again. Maybe drinking an entire huge thing of iced coffee, probably not the smartest. But Hawk, I posted, I don't know if you saw it on the Discord, a Patreon schedule, a draft Patreon schedule of so this is going to be a tentative work schedule. So for September, we're going to do fuzzy dice. And the idea is these will be on your Patreon rewards. Like if you connect the Patreon and you know, like from the epoch of when I do this, I can just count the number of credits you've since then based on your Patreon perk and automatically assume you have them all. Right? So when I start this process, starting at the beginning of the month, right, we'll do like a few little things. It's like maybe a pin-up anime girl or something. Does the game have like a derpy mascot animal yet? That could be the bobblehead. It doesn't have one. But that'd be funny. But for Christmas, we'll do some cabin lights, a random prop, custom cassette deck, custom paint. That's kind of the idea. But we need to get the Patreon up. I need to finish this cargo system. And then we also have this simultaneously. So much progress in a few days. It's going faster than you think. It's going faster, but it's not growing. You know what I mean? I just did a new build on Patreon for Distribution with all the more graphical stuff. It's under US. I can, if you're not, you should be on that one, but I can also share that one as well. There's always going to be progress. I want to get it to like playable. And I really want cargo missions to be persistent when you're offline. Like that's what I'm working on now. Like, cause I have cargo stacking working, because I really want to. I'm going through and kind of like auditing things, and I'm like, we really can't be, spawning in a bunch of crap, piling it everywhere. We want to actually like spawn it in cleanly, and make sure there's no duplicates of things, and then make sure we're like doing the transactions on the economic manager. But of course, I started working on this last night, and then that's when I realized that when I was manually snapping stuff into the cargo grid, because it was freezing it, it was ejecting it. So we would... I mean, that would change in the skybox at different streams to differentiate a little more. My plan was to have different skyboxes for different star systems, and we could randomize them a little bit. Because I have a nice purple one, which is my original skybox. And I swapped out the green one. Maybe green's a bad color right now, given the context of Star Citizen's debacle. But the ships are all flying on their own now. I know we saw that, Hawk. Ignore this ship. This ship is crashing because it doesn't have any room to turn around. It's just coming in and freaking out. But yeah, check it out. See, every time I come in, it just spawns in all the cargo, and it's all physicalized. Yeah, you're right. So, you know, I can go and take that cargo down somewhere else and load it into somewhere else. Need to give our friend here some little missiles. Ramp up the light. Boom. For the sake of the stream, only not so much. Oh yeah, gotcha. Like maybe be more in gray box kind of placeholder. I like the dark. I also like the screen space reflections. But that's the goal now. I want to get cargo working. We can actually do. I also need to pick the targeting system clear. But I want to do some planet side. But why is the ship a box? Yeah, the planetary gravity is strong. But see, I can actually, like, you know, kind of... Wait, what? Why are we still in the gravity volume? Oh, because when we picked it up, we're not clearing it. Oh, I understand a different issue that's happening. What I mean is she or the average user don't understand that prototypes use rough assets. Yeah, they just want it to look pretty. That's what Fusion's been working on too. Like just kind of like figuring it, like, you know, making, you know, when we were in Unity, we were doing really good on the Patreon side of things. Actually, our Patreon was 3 times what it is now, and that was because Fusion kept on driving me mental every single month of doing builds with specific things that had no relevance to the game's progress, but were things that looked good. You know, put this asset in. You know, oh, you got to get this effect working. You know, like little things like that. That were still, you know, I can't say it was a bad idea or that it slowed things down because, I mean, the Patreon grew. You know what I mean? Like people were, oh, that's cool. So, right? Like I personally think it stagnates things a little bit because you're kind of, you know, just working on visual weird stuff, but. You know, ultimately, that's what you want to get to, right? Fully fleshed out vertical slice. So, how's it going, Munglo? But yeah, when the tractor beam, when we grab the cargo, we need to immediately clear the reference to the cargo grid. Interesting. No, yeah, it's not doing it for this one now. So this one works fine. Interesting. Yeah, I just want to play around with some cargo. You fixed your movement code glitch earlier, and now the custom rigid body base class controller can walk along walls of 1 centimeter edges. Oh, that's cool. That's awesome. All right. Well, anyway, guys, I'm gonna go get food, and then I'll either be in our, this in our own Discord or on probably Godot afterwards. I'll probably go live again, tonight. We'll keep working on it. I want to get this bug fixed, because I would like to do. I'd like to come back and work on the fuzzy dice, because I think the fuzzy dice would be a good one. Yeah, that's the thing. The Hawk, just like how do we grow? How do we get more eyes on the project, especially more eyes on the project from people within the Star Citizen community? And like for some people that see it, they see it work. Especially the multiplayer side of things. Like when they see like the multiplayer kind of works. They're like, cool. This is neat. Yeah, those are things. But I think doing up a little Patreon page, finishing the fuzzy dice, and kind of making a little. Yeah, I need some like concept art or something. Make it work. Make it look good. People will come. Yeah, that's like it'll happen. In the meantime, I'd like to actually get pulled into the game from the other build, but it's a squirrel. Well, those are my Godot wish lists. Is if I could make a custom function for area 3Ds or for rigid body 3Ds that don't notify their areas that they've changed. And with that, I'm going to end it on the other socials, and I'll raid someone here on Twitch, and I'll be back after lunch.